Hey, it's Alicia from BombBomb. We are at Rehumanize, and these are the Rehumanize interviews. I'm sitting today with Jason Farris. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, Alicia.
Yeah, you are out in Fresno. Is that correct?
We like to call it Fres Yes.
I love that. Awesome. And tell us what you do in Fresno.
We're a real estate company, right? So actually, I'm going to change that and say that we've actually been referring to ourselves as a media company that happens to sell real estate versus a real estate company that kind of dabbles with media.
Okay.
We've been doing that for quite some time now, and so that's what we do. We have a real estate company. We started with 6 agents a couple of years ago when I had left the previous broker I was at. And then now we're at 75 agents in a couple of years.
Wow.
And so real blessed to have all that growth. And we just signed a large lease, 18,000 square feet, in addition to the 4,500 we're in now. So we're hoping to bring on a lot more agents under this brand of Fres Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, exciting.
Congratulations on expansion.
Congratulate me if I'm still in business in a few years.
All right. We will have that conversation later.
It's a lot of work.
So how did you come to find BombBomb?
You know, it would be interesting if I could look back and see when I first became a user. Do you have that, Alicia? Did you research?
I did not look at
research
that.
that.
I didn't look at that.
I was an early adopter of tech, right? And so even before I was into real estate, I was like, my parents were both computer programmers. And so it was just kind of always around me.
Yeah.
And so my Twitter account is one of the first, like in the first 2 weeks of Twitter being founded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so like, I'm guessing I just discovered it somewhere along the lines, on social media. Probably, I used to go to these things called RE Bar Camp. There's actually a few of them that are still going today, but it was people who were blogging, people who were on early adopters of social media, getting together, sharing best practices.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it probably came from one of these RE Bar Camps years ago. But gosh, I feel like I've been using the product for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that you do a lot of community videos, but did it start that way, or did you start with the more simple video and build up there?
It started with community. Matter of fact, so our brand, so we're in Fresno, right, California, and then I kind of coined the phrase Fres Yes, because in so many movies you'd hear them make fun of Fresno. Like just poke fun at it. And I've traveled a lot, and every city has its pluses and minuses. Is Fresno perfect? By no means, no. But does it have its great things? Yes. And so I just decided years ago that that's what I would do. I would differentiate myself as a real estate agent by telling the positive stories of the town. Always. Like I would never cross the line to complain about anything. And we did that through blogging and then video. And so like I remember there was a program, oh gosh, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I mean, I feel like I had it on my BlackBerry or something, but like how old is that? But I remember I was at a home inspection and I videotaped the oddities that the home inspector was finding. And it was one of the very first services to go live on the internet. It was very unstable because cell signals weren't even what they are today. And there was it was a sink in the laundry room and it had no pipe going to the drain, and so when you turned the water, it just went everywhere. And I happened to catch it on video, and people are commenting, going, "Oh my gosh, that's the craziest thing!" And there was a light switch in the shower, like in the shower.
Oh, that seems safe,
right? And so people were commenting, and that was like my first taste of like, wow, look at the engagement. Like it's great when I write a blog story and people read it, but there's not, there's a couple people maybe comment, but there's not a lot of engagement. And so that video, I still remember the house. It was on Ashland, and I still remember the people who bought it, David and Kelly. But it was just, that was my first like aha moment around video. And from that point forward, we were trying to go video first as much as we could.
Yeah. I love that you just said that was my aha moment, because I literally have here, when was your aha moment?
When was your aha moment? That was it. That was it. And then I'm one of those people like who believes in giving things a chance. Like meaning like you don't just try something and like 5 days later say, oh, well, that didn't work and let's give it up. Like I believe in planting the apple tree and then giving it time to produce fruit.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And so like when BombBomb, when I started using BombBomb, like I felt the results were great from the beginning, but like I just said, I'm going to commit to this platform, and like I'm not going to pay for something, not use it. Like I'm going to commit. And then I just slowly noticed that the open rates when you send a video, right, through BombBomb were through the roof. I remember there was a day and time where agents, I remember being, I feel like one of the first people who'd send these email blasts through a program. You pay like $99 and you can send an email to every agent in your market and every agent in the state. And it was great in the beginning because the open rates were good. Like 60% of, thousands of people opened it. That's great. But then as it became kind of like, every other agent was doing it, the open rates dropped. And now it's like 1%. Yeah. So you can reach 4,000 agents. I send an email to 4,000 agents, but only 1% open it. Yeah. Where I can send a BombBomb to the same 4,000 agents and get a 90% open rate. Like, why wouldn't I do this? If it's my job to expose my clients' homes to the most amount of people, it'd be a natural fit to use video. That's something that everyone wants to see and open.
Yeah. So you're obviously sending videos of your properties out to agents to get them in front of people, but what other kinds of video are you doing with BombBomb?
So I utilize BombBomb in a variety of ways. My most frequent way that I use it is right after a listing appointment. And so if by some chance they don't list with me at that moment, I get in the car and I shoot the BombBomb video right then. If by some chance, like someone called me and I get back to my office, it is the very first thing I do from my desktop. Just as a reminder, hey, thanks so much for allowing me in your home. I enjoyed our visit. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I can't tell you, I really couldn't count them, how many times somebody has called me later that day and said, wow, out of all the people we interviewed, you're the only person who did something that was different. And you sent us a video and we love it. Come list our home. Like it's countless times. We've been tracking in our office over the last 2 years how many times an agent will get an offer accepted versus another agent that doesn't send video. So as the broker, I'll see that there's multiple offers on a property, and I'll call and I'll say, hey, I had 3 agents in my office all write offers on your property. Thank your sellers for accepting one of them, but they were all the same price. Tell me what made the difference. Like honestly, the video that the agent sent me, or the video the agent sent the sellers, or the video that the buyers were in that you sent to our sellers. They made that connection. They felt like they were selling to a family. They were keeping the tradition. That's why that offer got accepted.
I love it. I love it. I love it. When I'm training and teaching, that post listing appointment video is one that there's not enough agents doing it. And the agents that are doing it tell me every single time what you just told me. You wouldn't believe how many times a seller calls me and says that it was that video that put us over the edge with the other listing agents.
Recently, I did a pre-video. And it was a live video, and so I just I knew the guy was kind of a tech forward type person, and so I just put him on Facebook Live as I was driving. My phone was on a mount, right? But
no BombBomb and driving.
No BombBomb and driving, and so but I said, hey, I'm on my way. It's quite a distance. It's going to be 30, 35 minutes. I just thought if you're available, let's talk about, the marketing, like some of the stuff we're going to do for your home in advance. So when I get to your home, we can just work on the price and sign the paperwork and get you moving.
The assumptive close.
Right. And it was just great for him though, right? Because he was like, wow, look, this guy's tech like me. And he had me on video. By the time I walked in the door, he said, so I know everything you're gonna do to sell my home. I'm convinced. You just put me on video, which was awesome. Can we just sign the paperwork? Yeah.
That is amazing. I love that one. So great. So what were some of the hurdles that you had to get over when you started doing BombBomb? Because this is a big thing for a lot of our customers, is that they're already creating excuses in their brain before they start.
I just didn't have this hurdle because I feel like most of my life I've been on the stage. Before I got into real estate, I had a party planning business. So I rented out sumo wrestling suits and rock climbing walls. And so I'm dealing with people face to face often. Prior to that, I was a clown and a magician and a street performer and a juggler. And so for me, I didn't have that struggle that a lot of people have, in that they worry about how they look. I tell agents all the time when they struggle with the video, look, they're going to see you at some point. If they feel like you're going to be someone they're going to run from, at least have them run now. Versus, but
it's true though.
It's true. And I don't know, the secret sauce to getting someone, to understand that the people aren't working with you because of how you look. They're working with you because of your ability to negotiate, or your ability to decipher information or your ability to market. That's why they're working. It just doesn't matter if you have hair, no hair, you're overweight, slim. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
And so I know that seems to me like when I'm coaching agents, when I bring on agents in my office and I'm encouraging the use, that's the struggle.
Yeah.
Additionally, they have some hardware issues like, well, should I have a tripod or, or do I need lighting or, what do I need to do there? It's simple stuff. I mean, we just heard Kyle on stage talk a lot about, look, it's just the phone. Like you don't need to get any fancier than that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the big hurdle. I just didn't have that hurdle for me. But I do recognize it's a struggle for other people. And I just have to say, I think what social media is doing now, like the Instagram Live, the Facebook Live, I think that's helping everybody. Like people are understanding that it's okay to be raw.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be super polished.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be me. Even the selfies, like this age of selfies, like, like that's helping people get more comfortable on video.
It is. It's the solidarity. It's the, I see Jason out there doing, his videos. He looks just like me. He's a real estate agent just like me. He doesn't have a background in media. I can do this. It's that, it's that same thing.
For sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your experience
You're welcome.
with us. We really, really appreciate it.
It's an honor to be here. I'm glad you guys are doing this event. It's unlike any event that's happened before in our industry. So it's good.
Yeah, we're excited. We already feel overwhelmed and grateful for the response that we're getting and for the people. The energy is so great here.
And very organized. So a big shout out to whoever the people or the team is that's actually making the event happen.
Yeah.
Because they've been really on it with us speakers, with the marketing materials and everything, like and today, like the registration process, everything has been very streamlined.
Isn't it great? I had nothing to do on that back end, so I'm going to brag about them. But it does not seem like our first conference.
No, it does not.
Which is like incredible.
Oftentimes it does.
Katie needs like a.
Is that who? That's who.
Katie's sitting up at the back sound booth with her pregnant belly and her binder, and it all fell under her. I mean, she had a lot of help, but
she's done great.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much, Jason. Yeah, nice
You're
to
welcome.
meet you.
Thank you.